45, 46, 47, 48.
So students, here we are discussing the classification of the boiler. Okay, so the classification of the boiler is based on the boiler acts. Okay, how to boiler is acting or how the boiler is installed. That is the horizontal boiler, vertical boiler, and inclined boiler. Okay, it is the position of the water drum or steam drum in the boiler. Okay, so next is based on the passage through बॉयलर ट्यूब. ओके, तो मीनिंग आप क्या है कि आपका जो वाटर यानी बॉयलर में ट्यूब्स होते हैं उसके इनसाइड कैसा पैसेज में क्या पासेज रहते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग क्या है, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग पे हम फायर ट्यूब और वाटर ट्यूब बॉयलर में क्लासिफाई करते हैं. इफ द फायर इज flowing through the tube, then we call the fire tube boiler, and if water throwing through the tube, so we call the water tube boiler. Okay, if water is flow in the tube, so that is we call the water tube boiler. Based on the method of fabrication, फिर आपका fabrication कैसा किया गया है उसके अकॉर्डिंग. So packaged boiler and stop assembly boiler. Okay, so what is the meaning of packaged boiler and what is the meaning of stop assembled boiler? Okay, package, so we can get the package fabrication. So all the uh, equipments and part is within the boiler, and here the shop assemble boiler. Okay, assemble boilers means we can purchase different part and assemble it in the workplace. Okay, this is the package. All things, all component is available in the पैकेज बॉयलर. ओके, शॉप असेंबल्ड बॉयलर मींस आपका क्या कहते हैं कि जितने भी पार्ट्स कंपोनेंट है वो डिफरेंटली हैं, सेपरेट हैं, एंड वी हैव टू असेंबल दैट बॉयलर इन द वर्क प्लेस. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज बेस्ड ऑन द नेचर ऑफ फ्यूल सोर्स. ओके, कि हम फ्यूल कौन सा यूज करते हैं, ठीक है ना, कि फ्यूल किस लिए यूज करते हैं, वाटर को स्टीम में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए. तो कौन सा फ्यूल यूज करते हैं उसके बेसिस पे भी हम बॉयलर को कैटेगराइज कर सकते हैं. दैट इज गैस फायर्ड बॉयलर मींस वी यूटिलाइज द गैस फॉर हीटिंग द वाटर. ऑयल फायर्ड बॉयलर, सो वी कैन यूज द oil for converting the water into the steam. And solid fuel fire, so for the example of solid fuel fire is like a coal and wood. Okay, we can use coal and wood for the solid fuel fire. Okay, based on the working pressure. Okay, ठीक है ना, अभी वर्किंग प्रेशर के ऊपर हम डिस्कस करेंगे. तो there is a low pressure boiler and one more is medium pressure boiler and high pressure boiler. So one is missing here, so we can categorize in the base of working pressure. So there is three types: low pressure boiler, medium pressure boiler and high pressure boiler. Okay, based on the circulation method. Okay, ठीक है ना, अभी मतलब हमारा वाटर या फिर स्टीम किस तरीके से सर्कुलेट होता है, मतलब उसका जो फ्लो होता है वो कैसे होता है. तो ये इसमें हम दो टाइप से करते हैं. एक है हमारा नेचुरल सर्कुलेशन बॉयलर. क्या होता है नेचुरल सर्कुलेशन में, क्या होता है कि नेचुरल मेथड से हम स्टीम या फिर वाटर को वन प्लेस से अनदर प्लेस पे सर्कुलेट करते हैं थ्रू द पाइप. वेयर हम वहां पे क्या कहते हैं, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स या फिर ग्रेविटेशनल इफेक्ट का यूज करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से हमारा वाटर या फिर स्टीम सर्कुलेट होता है। नेक्स्ट इज द फोर्स सर्कुलेशन। फोर्स सर्कुलेशन मतलब जहाँ पे हम पंप या फिर अदर पावर सोर्सेस, फैन या फिर पंप का यूज करते हैं फॉर द सर्कुलेटिंग द वाटर एंड स्टीम, सो वी कॉल इट फोर्स सर्कुलेशन बॉयलर। Okay, student, any question till here? If your question, then you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
इंक्लाइन बॉयलर अकॉर्डिंग टू ट्यूब्स के अनुसार हम इनको दो कैटेगरी में डिवाइड करते हैं, फायर ट्यूब बॉयलर्स एंड वाटर ट्यूब बॉयलर। इन सबको मैं आने वाली वीडियो में बताऊंगा। एंड मेथड ऑफ फैब्रिकेशन के अनुसार हम इनको दो कैटेगरी में डिवाइड करते हैं, पैकेज्ड बॉयलर एंड सॉफ्ट असेंबल्ड बॉयलर। एंड फोर्थ जो हम इनको नेचर ऑफ सोर्स फ्यूल्स, जो फ्यूल आप जानते हैं कि फ्यूल तीन कैटेगरी के होते हैं, ऑयल, गैस एंड सॉलिड। इन्हीं के अनुसार हम इनको बॉयलरों को भी कैटेगराइज करते हैं, गैस फायर्ड बॉयलर, ऑयल फायर्ड बॉयलर एंड सॉलिड फ्यूल फायर्ड बॉयलर। अकॉर्डिंग टू वर्किंग प्रेशर आप बॉयलर एंड हाई एवरी सब पार्ट्स एंड क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द बॉयलर। मैं आपको दोबारा से बता देता हूँ कि बॉयलर 6 कैटेगरी के अनुसार डिवाइड किया जाता है अकॉर्डिंग टू एक्सिस एंड हॉरिजॉन्टल, वर्टिकल, क्योंकि अब तीन ही तरीके से समझ में आ गए होंगे इनके पार्ट्स स्टडी करेंगे, जैसे फायर ट्यूब बॉयलर्स क्या होते हैं, वाटर ट्यूब बॉयलर्स क्या होते हैं।
of a boiler, and these parts are important terms of a boiler because these parts are used in every type of boiler. So generally that is a 10 to 11 parts that is used in every type of the boiler. The first part is the cylindrical cell. So it is a cell in which different parts are.
So students, in this video, we can see the main important parts, because this first practical is focused on the different and important component of the boiler. So I am again sharing the video which is give the information regarding the component of the boiler. Okay, so you can noted it, or you may take the screenshot for making your notes.
Boilers are enclosed, means all the parts of the boiler are inside the cell and on which the different mountings are fitted, means different mountings are fitted on a boiler cell. So boiler cell are made from a flat plate of a metal. So this is a generally cast iron plate is used. Okay, and this type of the cell is looking. So this is a cylindrical cell. Inside that is a furnace is there, and the another fire tubes, water tubes are there. Okay, depending on the types of the boiler. So this cell is made from a flat plate. So first up the plate is flat like the our page of a book. Then after this sheet metal is wound by using this roller machine, means this type of the machine is used to make the cylindrical cell of a boiler. Okay, so this is the main parts. Inside that all the components are installed. Before moving ahead, I request to like the video and press the subscribe button to watch the more video. Second part is the grate. So grate is a one part of the furnace and it is the platform in a furnace on which the fuel is burnt. So grate is a one part of the furnace on which various fuel are putting for a combustion purpose. So grate is look like this. Okay, so here I show you this image. So this is the complete furnace and this is the door of the furnace. From this door, the different fuel is supplied inside the furnace grate. Okay, so this is the bottom part. It is known as the grate. In a grate, that is a various space is provided. Here I show you that. Okay, so after this combustion, the ash particle is going down from this part, and fresh air is also come from this bottom part of this grate. Okay, so from this below part, the air is supplied to the fuel for a proper combustion, and the final part remains, that is known as the ash. So air is also supplied below from this hole. So this is the grate, and the next is the furnace. Furnace is also known as the firebox. So what is a furnace? It is a chamber formed by a space above the boiler cell. Means it is a upper part, it is a made in a bottom part of the boiler cell in which combustion takes place. Means inside the furnace, the combustion of the fuel takes place. And for the proper combustion, we are required the fuel as well as the air, means oxygen, and a one spark to start the combustion. And this is also known as the firebox because inside there is a fire. Okay, that's why it is also known as the firebox. This chamber contains the hot gases produced by combustion of the fuel. So inside the furnace, the hot gases are produced. Then after it is supplied to the fire tubes as well as to the water tubes, on depend on the which type of the boiler is there. Next part is the fire hall. So it is a hall through which coal or a various fuel is added to the furnace. Means the place from which the different fuel is supplied to the furnace, it is known as the fire hall. So in this image you see this. This is the door as well as the fire hall. In some book they are tell the fire hall. In some book they are talk as the fire door. So fire hall and fire door both are the same components. So from this door or a hall, the combustion, coal or the different fuel is supplied to the furnace. It is known as the fire hall. Next is the ash pit or a ash pan. So it is the area in which ash of a burnt coil is collected. So after the burning of a coil, the last particle remains. It is known as the ash. Okay, and this is the ash is the final product of the coal after the combustion. So coal ash pit is generally installed below this grate. Okay, because from this hall the ash is going downside, and there is a collected in a ash pan as well as the ash pit. Now the next component is a smoke chamber. So whatever the hot gas is produced in a furnace is supplied to the fire tube. Okay. Then after the outlet of the fire tubes, there is a one box is provided, and that is known as the smoke chamber or a smoke box. So waste gases are collected here and they are released to the chimney and then to atmosphere. So smoke box and the smoke chambers are generally installed after the fire tubes. Okay. So in that the various gases is collected, then after it is supplied to chimney, and through the chimney it is go to the atmosphere. Next is the manhole. It is a hall provided for the man. Okay, from this hall men are able to go inside the boiler when the boiler is under the maintenance or for an inspection purpose. Okay, during the working condition this hall is closed. Okay, so it is a hall provided on the boiler cell so that workmen can go inside the boiler for inspection, cleaning and maintenance purpose during the boiler is switch off. Okay. Another is the hand hall. It is a hall provided on a cell to give easy access for the purpose of cleaning the water tubes or some other internal parts of a boiler, and they are also fitted with covers. So this is a small halls provided for a cleaning purpose of a water tubes. Okay. So we are not required to go inside from a manhole to cleaning purpose. So we can easily clean by using this hand hole. Next part is a mud box. So mud box, it collects the all impurity present in the water. Okay. And it is at the bottom of barrel or cell, and these impurities are removed time to time by the help of blow up valve. Means at the end of the tank, that is a different impurity is collected. So we observe in a water tank, some impurities are settled down in the tank. The same way in a fire tube boilers, water is outside the tube. At that time, what happened? The impurities of the water is settled down in a furnace cell, in a boiler cell. Okay, so these impurities are removed by using this mud box. And next part is the steam collecting pipe, or it is also known as the anti-priming pipe. So steam is generally collected in the upper part of a cell. Okay, so when steam leaving the boiler, it contains a certain amount of the water. So this is known as the wet steam. So anti-priming pipe is used to separate the water particles from a steam. So anti-priming pipe is used to remove the water particles from a steam, and it is collected the dry steam from the boiler. So anti-priming pipe only collect the steam, that is a dry steam, and then it is supplied to the whenever it is to be the required. So thank you for watching this video. If you learned, then like the video, subscribe the channels, and share with your friends.
So, student, you can see the second video is very well explain what is the a different part of a steam boiler, okay, and how we can use this boiler, okay, and what are the different uses of the boiler we can easily explain. So I share the link of this video in your group. So students, if there is any question, then you may ask a question.